Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is the channel Kung Tech Fu, coming back once again to you live. I am known by many names. Some call me Crypto Phoenix. Some call me the Lawnmower Man. But most people just call me the Sensei. I am an actual sensei, and the main thing that I teach is mental cultivation. So if you are here today, you are here for a reason, and it is not by accident. You are here to learn how to take control of your financial destiny. And we're going to do that with one of the greatest vehicles. And the vehicle, of course, is cryptocurrency. And the road that the vehicle travels on is called compound interest. Okay? Compound interest is the secret that the wealthy use to become and to stay wealthy. You see, we've been in a wrong polarity for quite some time because we were wage slaves working for our money. And we may even be so still to this day. But the goal, of course, is to inch closer and closer to the other polarity. Like a magnet, you have a north and a south pole. Now, when north and north come together, they repulse each other. Okay? So we'll have to learn how to attract wealth, how to be inside of wealth. You see what I'm saying? That is proof. If you look at magnets, that is proof that opposites attract. So we are here to speak logic today, ladies and gentlemen. And we are here to know and understand that we need to speak plainly. We need to stop using soft language. We need to stop dancing around subjects and playing by the rules of others who want to stifle us and who want to keep us from entering into financial independence. Because if we are reliant upon them, they control us. And if they control us, we are indeed slaves. And we have been indoctrinated into this ever since we came in. Thinking that we were going to school to get an education, all we really got was indoctrination to teach us how to fit neatly into the system like cogs, like cogwheels. All right. But we are here today to humble ourselves and to learn of how we can change our situation. So today, first up, you see we have Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren here, and they are conspiring to ensure that you do not have cryptocurrency, to do everything they can to take it away from you, because they know and understand that once you understand that you can be your own bank, wipe out the middleman, and have self-custody of your own to go into cryptocurrency and or blockchain, which gives you a license to make all of the money that you want, and they can't stop you. You see, they don't want you to know that. Okay? So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another show called Things You Must Know. And one of the first things that we must know is I have a few topics for you today, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the topics is that Nigeria bans Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, which is a fine example of what I just said. Okay? Nigeria is banning Bitcoin, but they're in talks to try and do a little something because they want people to stay within the banks. Okay? And we have a few other things going on here today, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Magamemecoin, ladies and gentlemen. And for anybody that might want to take part in this, it's an actual coin, and it's actually doing quite well. MAGA movement on the blockchain launched on August 11th, 2023, the only active cryptocurrency donating to U.S. veterans and protecting children. You can buy it on Uniswap. You can also buy it on Jupiter. So if it's on Jupiter, then it must also be on Solana. Yeah, there it is right down there. Now you can go down here and you see where it says ETH and you see this long string of numbers. That, of course, is the contract address. And you can simply, click on that and it will take you there. And this is the other contract address that you can copy and place that into your wallet. So I am here to teach you how to navigate, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to teach you how to navigate into this cryptosphere so that you will have the functionality to make all of the money that you want to make. Now, of course, there are 318 million things going on in the cryptoverse. I am here to teach you how to be non-emotional and how to teach you how to be and or objective, I should say. And so that you can go in here and you can focus on that which is relevant to your individual portfolio, ladies and gentlemen. So you basically find your niche of where you would like to be and or what is the most efficient, and that's where you concentrate your energies. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much concentrate my energies on yield farming and staking and things of that nature. And I don't get too much into the trading aspect because trading is how you get wrecked. Even the experts get wrecked. You know what I'm saying? Quite often. You know, not to say that money can't be made there. It can, you know, but it's basically like, you know, kind of like always looking for, you know, your next thing instead of having a long-term strategy that you can operate out of, ladies and gentlemen. So the next thing up on the table, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into it, the next thing up on the table is something known as Kizuna token, okay? Now the Kizuna token, ladies and gentlemen, is an offshoot of the BitTensor Tau. And BitTensor Tau is one of the top AI projects. I've talked about it before, so you guys should know all about it. And as I went into, you know, Kizuna, it does a lot of really great things. But when I went over into the Telegram, what it does is you can actually go over into the Telegram and ask it to do an image for you, and it will actually, you know, like Sora. I don't know if you guys know about Sora, you know, ChatGPT's new, you know, thing going on. But yeah, that's pretty much what it has done, ladies and gentlemen. So we are looking here at Kizuna Archives, and if we simply go over here, and if we look at, let me see if I can find it very quickly here. This is the image that I asked Kizuna AI bot to make for me. I basically said, you know, futuristic neon car driving on the road at night, and this is what it gave me. So it's kind of cool. So you can go over there and check out Kizuna, and you can get the contract address. And one of the ways that you can do that is, if you don't use Dex Screener, you should be using Dex Screener. This is a wonderful tool to have, and it's a wonderful way for you to get the correct contract addresses, where you can simply go in here and type in Kizuna, and it's, no, I spelled it wrong, Kizuna, and it's still not finding it. Let's see, it found it earlier. There it is. And you can go here and you can check what blockchain it's on. You could check Uniswap v3. Now, one of the key things you want to look at is you want to look here at the liquidity. I can't expand it here, ladies and gentlemen, but you can want to look at the, you know, the liquidity is a key factor. And then you want to go down here and you want to get the actual contract address, and you can copy that. Now, when you copy that, you can see that it begins in OX470C and it ends in 44B5. And what you might want to do is you might want to go over to something like CoinGecko, or if not, you can go to CoinMarketCap as well. And you can go and you can check that against something else just to ensure that you have the proper address, because hackers and scammers, they create fake coins all the time where you think you have the right coin and you don't. So you go over here to Kizuna, you go over here to info. And when you go to info, you see right here where it says blockchain supply. You click on etherscan.io. And when you click on that, it's going to take you to Etherscan. And then you're going to go down here and you're going to see the contract address. And you're going to see OX470. Yep, so there it is. It begins with that. And if we were to click here and copy that, and just go somewhere and just paste it in, we will be able to see what that address is. Yep, see? 44B5. So we know that's the same address, so we know we're not getting a fake coin, ladies and gentlemen. Now, right here, we have the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but hey, you say tomato, I say tomato. But he has successfully He is the president of El Salvador, as you can see. But what has he successfully done? He has successfully migrated their currency into using Bitcoin as their national currency. Now, this is a big thing, ladies and gentlemen, because what it does is it safeguards his country from being taken over by other world currencies, okay, whether it's fiat, whether it's the yen or anything like that. So this is why I'm trying to teach you guys in order to understand finance, you have to have some contrast. And in order to understand contrast, you have to understand what came before the system you are now in. Like we went from the barter system, then we went into the fractional reserve monetary system. And then something really funny happened in 1913, and we all know what that is. Of course, if you've been watching my channel, you know that that's when the creature from Jekyll Island showed up. And I'm not going to go into that right now, but let's just take a quick listen to the El Salvadorian president.
Someone could ask, well, so if the government can print unlimited amounts of money out of thin air, why did they collect taxes? I mean, in theory, it would make sense, right? If they can print unlimited amounts of money, why would they need taxes for? The answer is simple, but it's very shocking. The real problem is that you pay high taxes only to uphold the illusion that you are funding the government, which you are not. It's shocking, but it's true. The government is funded by money printing, paper backed with paper, a bubble that will inevitably burst. The situation is even worse than it seems, because if most Americans and the rest of the world were to become aware of this farce, confidence in your currency would be lost, the dollar will fall, and the Western civilization with it. Someone could ask, well, so if the government can print
so you see, ladies and
amounts
gentlemen,
of money,
what are we talking about
air,
here? I'm kind of caught in a boot loop here. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, there's something funny going on, and you start to understand the reason why this is called the last transfer of human wealth. So being that this is 2024, we are pretty much entering into a bull run. Some say we're already there. So you pretty much have 4 years to take advantage of, to get the meat and potatoes of this bull run, to be a part of or in on the first wave of the last transfer of human wealth. I've said it before and I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't get in on crypto on your own volition, because you're going into digital ledger technology whether you want to or not. ETFs, you can. Okay? But the difference is you're either going to go in willingly or unwillingly. And if you go in unwillingly, when the banks force their isolated blockchains onto you, replacing it with the money that you now use, you will be under their control. But if you go in willingly, you will have self-custody and you will be able to call your own shots, and you will not be completely dependent upon them. Because we know what happens when you're completely dependent upon them. Okay, so I'm trying to look for, let's see here. I'm trying to look for, he had another one here where he was talking about, but I think you guys got the gist of it. So let's just move along, shall we? And what I try to tell you guys all the time is to ensure that you are into the cryptocurrencies that actually matter. Because regardless of what coins you like, regardless of what coins you prefer, there are certain coins that have been picked by the banking infrastructures and by the powers that be of the ones that they're actually going to use. Okay, so this is why BlackRock is buying up all of the Bitcoin now, and Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy is buying up all of the Bitcoin now, because we know that it only has a cap of 21 million coins. And once they buy up all of the Bitcoin, there's not going to be any more. So see, you have an opportunity right now to actually own the money, ladies and gentlemen. So you go in here and you make some investments. And as you make investments, you know what I'm saying, you have to look at yourself as an investor. And of course, you're not going to win every investment, but as you gain the skill, you will continue to do better and better, ladies and gentlemen. So let's take a look over here into Stellar Lumens, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Stellar Lumens is going to be very, very big, but of course, even more so than that, Stronghold is going to be very, very big. They have partnered with IBM, and they're pretty much going to be used sort of like a stable coin backing the world currency 1-to-1. So you have an opportunity to amass great wealth right now, ladies and gentlemen. And also, we are looking at a new coin that I just came in contact with called Apherium. And Apherium is sort of going to work just like SHX in its own right. Because when it comes to Stellar Lumens, we know that that whole ecosystem, it revolves around ACH, or what is it again? Automated Clearinghouse. That's what the acronym stands for. And automated clearinghouse means retail, okay, meaning the people's money, ladies and gentlemen. So if we go over here and we go over here into, let me go back here. Let's just go over and let's just take a look at their webpage, Apherium.com. When I first saw this, I was a little busy, so I didn't get a chance to take a look at it. But if you see here, they have a lot of ties and a lot of things going on for it. And they have actually met with the Stellar Lumens Foundation. So you can go on here, Apherium.com, and take a look at all of this that is going on. And it's a very well-developed ecosystem in order to, as it says here, if we go to the top, Apherium is imagineering a global, decentralized, financially inclusive, crypto-based economy on the Stellar blockchain, powered by AFRX 155 flexible country tokens and 155 flexible country tokens and 155 utility stable coins. You see, this is a very broad ecosystem and a suite of DeFi and payments apps focused on the African use case, but applicable to disenfranchised populations around the world. Together, we can revolutionize money and achieve our mission of unity, clarity, and equity, ladies and gentlemen. So if we go over here, we can go and we can take a look at, let's see here, right here, Apherium. Looks like a sleeping giant. Tokenomics look great. Okay, total supply is 7.3 billion, 6 million market, all of that. But we also know that Idris Elba is also wrapped up in this as well. And as you can see down here, I got this information from a YouTuber called Red Pill Professional. You guys should go and check him out. He has really great material, and he has a lot of courage too, and I respect him for that. And when you watch his channel, you'll understand why I said that. But yeah. So this is the African ecosystem and this, that, and the other. And this is kind of a breakdown. I also got this one from the Red Pill Professional. And this kind of shows the schematic of everything that's going on with this system, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get to the next thing here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we've already talked about that. And yes, one last thing is we're going to talk about Elizabeth Warren. Let's go back to Elizabeth Warren here and Mr. John D. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Now, this is Crypto Airy. Okay. And Crypto Airy has a wonderful, wonderful channel. If you do not know Crypto Airy, please, please, please go watch her channel, because she has an educational channel that is beyond belief. You know what I'm saying? And I myself learned a lot from her. She's stationed out in Japan, and she has a lot of wonderful information. And she is one of the big people in the crypto space. But she wrote this on Twitter, and facts. Senator Elizabeth Warren broke the rules for members of Congress by sharing question and answers with Gary Gensler before a Senate hearing. She also miscited Hamas crypto terrorism funding. And yes, and like she said, these are facts, ladies and gentlemen, because we have the emails of her emailing Gary Gensler of the questions that she was going to ask him and the things that he should say, and if he was okay with those questions. And then when they went into the courtroom, it wasn't even a courtroom anymore. It was just theater because they had already played out, you know what I'm saying, what they were going to say and do to put on a show for the public. That's actually what happened. But let's read on. How ironic. John Deaton spent years fighting for victims of asbestos, and Elizabeth Warren was paid $212,000 by Travelers as an advisor during their case to avoid its obligation to thousands of asbestos victims over 3 years. In that role, she was paid 40 times what they paid the victims. She said she was fighting to secure trust between the groups, yet it took a disastrous turn for the victims when a lower court issued a ruling on February 29, 2012, which took Travelers off the hook for paying out the $500 million settlement. Okay? Now, this is John Deaton, ladies and gentlemen, and if you don't know, now you know. This is things that you should know because he is running for Senate to unseat and or to take the spot of Senator Warren and her so-called anti-crypto army that she is campaigning on. She's saying that to you as if it's a good thing, like you would cheer that on. Oh yeah, take away the one vehicle that I have that's going to help me liberate myself from you oppressors. You know? No, we're not doing that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So what else is on the list? Okay? And we have one guy here that I wanted to show you of what happens when people don't know what they're talking about, okay? We've got this guy here, okay? And he has a channel and he's, doing traditional finance and stuff like that. And I usually try to give people with a permanent, suntan the benefit of the doubt. But it simply can't happen in this instance because he's a traditional finance person and that's fine. But here's the thing. Us as crypto people, we never come out against, traditional finance people. We don't come out against anybody. We pretty much want everybody to do well. But for some reason, traditional finance-minded people are somehow offended or, like we did something wrong or, we're just messing with their mindset of how they think things should go, So they're always hurling attacks and accusing and name calling and this, that, and the other. If they don't come at us as individuals, then they come after that which we are passionate about, which is crypto. And as you can see right here, this guy here that's trying to lure you to stuff in the traditional finance world, which is why you're in the situation you're in now, which is why you're a wage slave now, to sell your Bitcoin out. It's a total scam. Nothing could be further from the truth, ladies and gentlemen. You want to get as much Bitcoin in your hands as possible because once it's gone, it's gone. It's something that you will be able to hand to your children and your grandchildren for years to come. Think of it sort of like a trust, if you will. Okay? So these are the things that you should know, ladies and gentlemen. But before we go, we are going to look at an absolute roe beast of a project, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to look at a project that is so vast, that is so big, that is clearing the way for Forex Shark and Black Q. That's right, it is the DRIP Network, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to take a look at it right now, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to go over here into our Bitcoin wallet, our Bitcoin wallet, our BitGet wallet. Check it out. You win some, you lose some.
Scared man don't make no money. You ain't got shit to lose. Scared money don't make no money. Gone and put that trade in. A scared man don't make no money. It's time to get paid. You win some, you lose some. But you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Patience is a virtue. Finna cash out any day. Stacked it to the ceiling. Now I park my cars in valet. Move, bitch, get out the way. charging that shit like a bull. Call me Scotty Pippen, cause he pips, they keep my wallet full. Bank account on overflow. Now I'm down in Tokyo. Me and Flopping Grover stung the market like a Scorpio. Bullish like a rodeo. Feel like I hit the lottery. Crypto face, man, already making history.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. DRIPX is on the set, ladies and gentlemen. We are at day 3. And there are a lot of people talking about this. You got Stunner Breezy going crazy. You got my man Jamie from Best Passive Income going crazy. He went and threw 25 G's into this protocol. And if you don't know what DRIPX is, we've been waiting for this for quite some time. We've been preparing for this for quite some time. Some of us have been waiting for this for over 2 years. We didn't even know we were waiting for it, but here it is. So this is DRIPX, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of us have had drip. A lot of us have, we saw the AI wrapped drip come out, and all of these components came together. And this is the community paying homage to the original original drip platform, ladies and gentlemen. But this is DRIPX, and this is basically... This comes in the tradition of Titan X, okay, which is on the Ethereum blockchain. DRIPX is on the Binance Smart Chain. So, of course, the first thing that comes to mind, ladies and gentlemen, is what? Ridiculous gas fees. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Ridiculous gas fees. These gas fees are so ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. So... with these gas fees being so ridiculous, let me just turn this down a little bit so you guys can hear me here. And so being that we're on the Binance Smart Chain, we can move around. You see, people on Ethereum can't move around the way we can move around in on other DeFi protocols, whether it's Avalanche, whether it's Polygon, whether it's Arbitrum, which is an L2, of course, for Ethereum. But we are on the Binance Smart Chain here, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason why I'm showing you this on my phone is because I'm showing you that this has been optimized for the mobile, okay? I'm showing you this on the phone because you have a narrative going around where people are telling you that you shouldn't do crypto on your phone and da-da-da-da. No. I beg to differ. I told you guys, I've been here from the beginning. I've been here since the TRS-80 Model 1 terminal computer. I have been here since 5.4 floppy disks. I've been a computer tech. I've done graphic design and embroidery as the head graphic design from Florida, New Jersey, California. I've beta tested the Pixar software when it was part of the video graphing system. You know what I'm saying? The video toaster. So I've been in tech. I know tech. Okay, I was programming in BASIC when I was in the 7th grade. So I'm here to tell you guys that when I speak, I'm not speaking as some opinionated person that don't know what they're talking about. I'm not speaking to you out of speculation and conjecture. I am speaking directly to you with universal principles that is based upon the law of cause and effect. So this is, this is what we have here. And you have a lot of people, there are even some people in the mind. I usually don't mention idiots, or even speak to them or about them, but in this instance I must, just in case you run into them. But there's a lot of people in Telegram saying, I put my money in there and I got scammed, and I don't see my miners. And dude, you don't see this button, manage miners, right there? All you got to do is click on it, and when you do, you'll see your miners. Simple stuff. So what's my point? Don't pay attention to idiots. Just because somebody is visible and being loud doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about. Just because somebody has the ability to make a YouTube video doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. Just like I showed you the guy who said Bitcoin is a scam. All right. That's like saying Bruce Lee don't know martial arts. And some people actually do say that. But anyway, so you can go in here and there are plenty of videos to watch on this. But this is making a lot of people a lot of money. And if you look at the ROI here, you see if you put in $382 right here, the market value of the miner is there, which means you have an estimated ROI at the end of ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, 917,296.51% ROI or multiplier. ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, 100,000. Okay? So at the end of this, if you did 280 days where it is now, it's looking like ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, 100,000, million, $3,510,000. Will you get that? I don't know, because right now it is simply dashboard money, and there are several factors that come into play. And one of those factors that come into play, of course, is price appreciation. The second thing that comes into play is the community. And speaking of the community, that's another great thing about DRIPX, is that you have several communities converging on this platform. Okay? With Titan X, you had the Ethereum crowd, but the Ethereum crowd really isn't used to doing DeFi the way we do, because once again, it's so expensive. They can't move around the way that we do on different blockchains. But here, you've got people from the Post chain. Here, you've got Hexicans from Hex. Here, you have people from Binance Smart Chain and regular DeFiers. And of course, you have the DRIP community converging in this. So you have several communities converging on this. So you already have a base of people that know and understand how to protect their investment and how to be good actors, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see, I've created several miners here, and we're going to go ahead and check this thing out. Now, you can look at the documentation. I suggest that you go and read the documentation. And while I'm thinking about it, let me just go ahead and say that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing that I say here is financial advice, ladies and gentlemen. You must all be mature adults and take responsibility for your own actions. And the best way to get into investing is to go by the guidelines. And rule number 1 is never invest more than you can afford to lose, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, know and understand that these are the things that happen. These are the things that you should know. Also, you should know and understand when it comes to ISO20022 compliant coins, that is the end game. When you make money in things like this, you should take some of that and buy some XRP. Take some of that and buy some Stellar Lumens or Stronghold or Aphrium, which we just talked about. Take some of that, buy some XDC. Take some of that, buy some Hashgraph Hedera. You really need to develop your Hashgraph Hedera ecosystem. Go into SocialSwap, go into H-Suite. All of those things, because those are the long-term things where the big players in the world, they have partnerships with big players in the world, like the Bank of International Settlements. Ripple bought Medico. They just bought Standard Trust, which is an enterprise. And you got to go. If you already are where the money is going, then you're just going to sit there and be able to receive the money. And within a short time, I'm willing to bet anywhere between 3 to 5 years, you can be financially independent and you can free yourself from wage slavery, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, this is the Sensei signing off, ladies and gentlemen, letting you know where to get in, where you fit in. Okay? Remember, never invest more than you can afford to lose, ladies and gentlemen. That is one of the keys. Okay? Stick with the winners. And let's go ahead and get this crypto.